important day today, gang. It is Thursday, the 29th of October 2020, and you are watching United Kingdom Talk with Chris Reardon, coming to you live from the Chapel Hill Marina in Lincolnshire. This is a very, very important day. Do you know why it's a very important day? Any idea why this is a very important day? Because one of our there's a little group of people and very, very small group of people, and this person is one. No, it's not Cliff Richard. It's not Cliff Richard. No, dear, no. It's not Gemma Collins. No, it's not Gemma Collins. No, it's not Katie Price or Carl Woods. Oh, for God's sake, if I can just get a word in edgeways. She is one of our most loyal viewers. Nothing can stop, other than work and church, nothing can stop this person being loyal to this show. And today, it is her birthday, boys and girls. We must make special, individual attention today to the delightful, absolutely fantastic radio host, carnival organiser, and, more importantly than all of that, head of the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight, in direct contact with Bishop Philip and Pope Francis. I wish he'd learned to speak English. It is Shania Steele's birthday today. Please, would you join me now, immediately? Forget your pathetic comments, just for one moment, and wish the delightful, nice person, Shania Steele, a big, happy birthday from all of us today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Shania. Happy birthday to you. Once is not enough for Shania. We need it twice, darling. She's a very, very special person. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Shania. Happy birthday to you. Shania's birthday today. She really is a lovely person. I've met her a couple of times now. And I've even been to church with her, which was lovely. They just turned up. Oh, it's fantastic. Fantastic. Shania, I don't know what you're doing today. I'm sure Dad will spoil you rotten if you can see out of his one eye. Aye, with him, lads. That's a very good impression of a pirate your dad's doing at the moment. Why does he keep it up for so long? He needs an eye patch. Perhaps that could be a new thing that we could bring out as prizes. Eye patches with the United Kingdom Talk television logo on it. What do you think? Is that a good idea or not? Happy birthday, Shania. I have no idea what you're doing, but have a wonderful, wonderful day. And it's an absolute pleasure to know that after all these years, you're still there. Really, it's fantastic. It really is. If you've not been with us for a while, a very good morning to you. It's United Kingdom Talk on this Thursday morning. Just to let you know, I don't come into the chat box while the show is on anymore, okay? However, if you want to contact me direct, you don't need to go in the chat box. Just send us a text. Two ways of doing it. Either send us a text at the text number in the top left-hand corner, 07551 259 675. Okay? Or you can send an email on that email address at the bottom of the screen there, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. No need to go in the chat box at all. Just jump over that and use one of those two methods and your message will come straight through to me. Don't think that you are particularly being ignored on the chat box. I just don't refer to it anymore because it got too busy. It was impossible to choose. To choose intelligent comments from the sea awash with stupid comments. All right, my darlings, but you can still get to me, don't worry. Email or text message. Don't take the mick, though. Don't start sending 10, right? Then you get blocked. That has happened to people before. Okay? You've got to be very, very special to be before the lead story. I'll tell you that, Shania, but you are. There's very, very few people who will get a birthday sung to them before the lead story, which today is all about geese. Now, funnily enough, we do have a goose, little white one. They have different types of geese, don't they? We have a white one with a beautiful... Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Great big fat thing it is. It waddles. Funnily enough, I was looking at myself in the mirror the other day and I walk very similar to that goose now. I waddle from side to side. Great big fat arse. And this goose lives on the river and sits outside the same boat all the time. I think it's protecting the boat. I'm sure they feed it. And that goose I've known to be there now about 1.5 years, 2 years. It just sits outside there all the time. It's called Eric. They named it Eric the goose. Okay? But it lives outside, so it doesn't need nappies. There's one bloke here who's got a pet goose and he puts nappies on it. That's not the first time I've heard something like this. In the metro this morning, a man who adopted 2 pet geese during lockdown has started taking them to his local pub wearing nappies. This is in the metro this morning. Okay. Sven Kirby, who's 34, is regularly spotted walking the birds named Norbert and Beep Beep. It's been named after one of my sounds. Buh, buh. Beep, beep, buh, buh. I should name children things like that. I know there's been some sort of unusual children's names over the years, isn't there? But we haven't had Beep, Beep come up really, have we? Buh, buh. Buh, buh. Dinner's ready. Buh, buh. Your father wants to have a word with you. At school. Reardon, Reddington, Riley, buh, buh. Sidoli, Tasker. Anyone else remember their school register? I do. Monaghan, Moran, Maroney, Mullins, Murphy, Neville, Noonan, Reardon, Reddington, Riley, Ryan, Scarfield, Sherwood, Shevlin, Sidoli, Tasker, Whitworth, Weller. How's that? Anyone else remember their school register like that? Anyway, back to this story. Sven is regularly spotted walking the birds named Norbert and Beep Beep around the streets of Leeds. And the odd trio have now branched out into socialising in their local pub. They go for a drink. Geese. Probably a lot more of an intelligent conversation with them rather than certain people that I've been within at the pub over the years. The administration assistant hand-reared the birds from 5 days old after buying them for £40 each in June. Do you have to buy geese? Can't you just catch one? What about them grey one, the Canadian one? They make that noise, don't they? Have you seen them flying along? Don't want to hit one of those in the car. Jeez, you'll have no car left. This bloke lets them have his geese have free rein of the house when he's at home, while he keeps them in a pen in the garden while he's out. How do you keep geese in a pen? You'd have to really... How do you squash a goose in a pen? Must be a very big pen. He says, I love the 2 of them. They're brilliant characters and great fun to keep as pets. I could have had a dog, but as I work full-time, I didn't think it was very fair. Geese require much less attention. Yes, if you've got a dog, you can't have a dog if you can't take it out and give it cuddles and things. They need attention. Cats are fine. Cats don't need anyone. And as soon as they're fed up with you, you know, they'll be off, mate. They'll be off somewhere else, I'm telling you now. Cats are not interested in you. Honest. They're not interested in you in the slightest. You may think all that cuddling is fine until someone gives them a better offer, and then they're off. Bye-bye. Going here now. Look at Gary the cat, that fat cat that comes to see me down at the house. Every time I see it, it's putting another pound. I've had to stop feeding it because I reckon everyone in our road is feeding that cat, and it wolfs the food. It's like a dog. Not like my cats. All three of my cats, you know, you put the food down. I told you this the other day. You put the food down in front of them, and now they walk over slowly, don't they? Right. And have a little taste, don't they? Then they think about it, don't they, these cats? And then sometimes they turn around, the tail goes up, and they walk off. 2 hours later, you come back, that cat food is full of maggots. Ooh. But other times, yeah. And then they start eating it. They do that sometimes when they got an ulcer in their mouth. You see. I don't like ulcers. Horrible things. Not Gary the cat. As soon as you open the cupboard door, it's there. Meow, meow. And it puts 2 paws up like that, trying to get in the cupboard. Meow, meow. And then as you are taking the food out of them little foil packets, it's there. He's trying to eat it as it coming out. And you get it in the bowl. 1 minute gone. The whole thing. Greedy thing. I wonder if geese are like that. What do you think? Are geese like that? There's a picture of him sitting here with his geese. They look very content. I mean, perhaps this is something I could get if I move up here to Lincolnshire, if I get that cottage. Look. They look very, very happy sitting there, don't they? Huh? Look. How lovely to have a couple of animals sitting there like that. But geese, you know. I wonder what they're like when they're angry. They hiss, don't they, geese? They hiss. It says Sven got the idea of keeping geese a few years ago when he was in York visiting his then girlfriend and saw some waddling along the riverbank. Well, it could have been me, actually, waddling along the riverbank, disguised as a goose. Perhaps I should get a goose outfit. My nephew's got a pigeon head, which you may have seen in an appearance in the recent Halloween video that I uploaded to the YouTube channel. He said, my ex wasn't too keen on the idea, so that when we broke up, I decided it was my chance to finally do it. When lockdown hit, he did some research and found his nearest breeder was in Grantham in Lincolnshire. It's just up the road from here. So he set off on a 160-mile round trip. After parting with £80, he returned back to Leeds with the 2 male geese for the same clutch. Beep, beep, buh, buh. Was named after the sound the bird makes. Buh, buh. I'll stop moaning. It's either me or Naga Manchetti this morning, or Ben Shepherd, or Kay Burley. Take your pick. It says they are giant exhibition dewlap Toulouse geese, which are often bred for, I don't know how to say that word, foie gras. Oh, that's a terrible thing to eat, that is. Do you know how that's made? They force feed the geese. Oh, it's horrible. I'm not even going to tell you. You look it up on YouTube. How do you make foie gras? Whatever it's called. Foie gras. Foiegras. You look at that on YouTube. You'll be crying for hours. Anyway, they're often bred for foie gras, meaning they're used to being handled and therefore generally docile. They can live for up to 40 years, these geese. Probably outlive most of you watching this programme today. Not me. Sven said the pair haven't had any behavioural problems and have generally been easy to keep as they don't require much exercise and have a diet 80% made up of grass. However, they can't be potty trained, so he does have to put them in specially made goose nappies shipped in from America when they're inside the house. Now, I've seen this before on chickens. You can buy chicken nappies and then you can have them in the house. Why not? What a fabulous alarm clock that would be, wouldn't it? To have a chicken or a cockerel wake you up in the morning. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! Suddenly, Kay Burley is looking more exciting, isn't she? Sven added, they're very happy and friendly animals, which makes them great to keep as pets. And there's a picture of him about to have a little kiss with one, and it doesn't look aggressive in any way, shape or form. Look. Look, they're having a little kiss. I mean, I don't know what sort of damage, if that beak got hold of your bottom lip, I wonder how much damage that would actually do, you know? He looks very happy with these geese. Could you sleep with your goose? Here's a question, because I used to sleep with my cat. Oh, yes, all the time. All of them, actually, not at the same time. Over the years, different ones either climbed on the bed, or when I had my flat in Wandsworth, they used to get in the bed. No, not before I went to sleep. I was asleep and I'd wake up, they'd be in the bed next to me. Or you'd feel something trying to push you over. Blooming cat trying to take over the bed. Can you do that with geese? Probably not. I don't know. Too big. That'd be too big. Could you sleep with a goose? There's something very nice about sleeping with a cat. There really is. You go to sleep, that purring is going on. Oh, it's so nice. And it sends you off to sleep. Lovely. I used to actually look forward, when I was at work, I was at Black Cat, 15 years ago now. I used to look forward to getting home as quickly as possible and going to bed with my cat. Listening to her purring, up she'd come. She'd follow me up the stairs, jump on the bed, and then she wouldn't get in the bed, that one. She'd rest here. So close I could feel her breath on my face. It was the most wonderful thing, I tell you. And then in the morning, you know, if she wanted me to get up, she'd start walking up and down me. And a paw on the face. Feed me. Sven says he works 5 days a week, so generally puts Norbert and in the boot of his car to take out for walks on Friday evenings and at weekends. He said, we turn quite a lot of heads. Everyone wants to stop and have a chat. A short walk usually takes me about 2 hours because of all the people, but I don't mind. I quite like the attention, to be honest. When we went to the pub, Norbert and just stood by my side as I drank a pint. It was good fun and everyone loved it. Unusually for geese, Norbert and aren't too fond of water and will only go in if Sven joins them. They don't like going in the water. Isn't that funny? He said, I'm not sure how much swimming I'll be doing over winter, but I'll be doing my best. I think that's a wonderful... I could just stop the show there. I could just stop now and finish the show because that is just such a wonderful story. A man and his 2 pet geese. Don't you think? I love that. I love that. But I have seen nappies on other little animals before, you know. Chickens. I've seen them on chickens and ducks. Could you get nappies for other creatures, maybe? What about cats? Dogs? I don't think you could you? Because they would go and then they'd be walking around in all their stuff, wouldn't they? Or it would stink. Cat's poo is the worst in the world, isn't it? Followed very closely by dog poo, I think. Not really very pleasant smells, are they? What about nappies for mice? We'd have to drop putting those on, wouldn't you? Such tiny little creatures, little mice, bless them. Huh? Or horses. You'd have to have something like a black bin bag hanging down from their bums, wouldn't you? Catch all that nasty poo coming out. All right, let's read some of your messages coming in this morning. Hello to Paul from Cornwall. Morning, Paul. I hope you have a good stream, by the way. When are you popping out of the birthday cake for Shania in your birthday suit? Oh, there's no cake this end, I'm afraid. No, her daddy will be doing that. Her daddy will be doing the thing there. Morning to John Paris. Can you ask Sherry to get up? Why is she still what? She's still all array or something? What's that say? So like a foreign language. Is that Filipino? Are you writing to me in Filipino? What's Filipino language? Is it like proper letters or little shapes like Chinese? And Japanese and Thai? Those sort of. Is it like that? With the shapes? Or is it like... Well, it's a bit rude to call it proper letters, isn't it, really? That's just what... Or is it like English letters? European letters? Or Greek? That's all very... It's all very different, isn't it? Each language is very different, isn't it? So he said, please, she's still a something, I don't know, with me after last night's comment I made on your show. Oh, I can't remember last night, dear. We don't go backwards, John. Once it's done, and that's it. Oh, hang on a minute. There's an email here from Mark Bowles from last night. I must have read this out. I want to be emailed a story or two about the DJ box now, please. Now, he wrote that to me just before he went to bed. Oh, honestly, he wants to read my stories about DJ boxes before he goes to bed. Yes, I think we all know why that is, my dear. Don't forget the email address as well if you want to contact me during the show. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk or text in 07551 259 675, boys and girls. There is a prize to give away today. Yes, indeed. Someone today is going to win the Echo Dot. Oh. Someone today is going to win the Echo Dot this morning. All right. Could it be you? Anyone who's been sending £1 super chats this week got a free raffle ticket. All those raffle tickets are in the glass jar. And at some point this morning, someone will win that. Okay? If you do send any more super chats this morning, up until we do that, you will still get another raffle ticket, or a raffle ticket if you haven't got one before. A free raffle ticket for every £1. For every £1 tip you send, and they will go in there for the Echo Dot this morning. Alrighty? Okie doke, boys and girls. So that's it. It's pouring down with rain this morning. I was kind of hoping to go out cycling this morning because I've been walking quite a lot. I quite like to give the feet a rest and give the legs a little bit of a go, but looks like I might not be able to do that, unfortunately. I came across a story on Quora, which isn't in the... I'm a little bit dry this morning. I don't know why. I came across a story on Quora, which is like a question and answer website. I get a summary on Thursday morning of their latest questions. And, I do go out on a bike, and it says... cycling is often known as the fountain of youth. I thought, I'll read this a little bit more. We do anything to keep ourselves looking a bit younger, won't we? You know what I mean? It says, as you get older, normal lung function greatly decreases. This results in breathing difficulties, which often lead to a lack of motivation to continue any form of exercise. So I suppose it's like a downward spiral, isn't it? You can't breathe so much or so well, so you do less exercise, which means you can't breathe even less, which means you do even less exercise. It's a downward spiral. You've got to keep it up, dear. It's no use just sitting there in that armchair doing nothing, my loves. It says it results in breathing difficulties, which often leads to a lack of motivation to continue any form of exercise. However, people past 40 need to exercise regularly as the metabolism is slowed down significantly. Oh, we know that. A slow metabolism is a recipe for continued weight gain, as many middle-aged people are still eating the same volume of food as they did in their formative years. Well, I think I certainly eat a bigger lunch now. It's enormous, some of my lunches. absolutely enormous. It says cycling can prevent the onset of COPD. If you start after 40, COPD will later escalate to congestive heart failure. Oh, we don't want that, do we, dear? Eventually suffocating you to death. That was a quick impression of someone suffocating to death. I hope it doesn't happen to you. The lungs and heart both need basic cardiovascular efficiency as we advance in age. Cycling, here it comes, is the perfect vehicle for accomplishing this. Biking brings a fresh rush of oxygen. I was just bringing myself a fresh... Oh, I'm off my head now. Oh my God, I'm off my head. I'm off my head. Cycling brings a fresh rush of oxygen the body badly needs. When the lungs stay supple, are you supple? When the lungs stay supple, each breath of air fills the muscles with oxygenated blood so that they can maintain mass. Muscle is the key to a decent metabolic rate. Cycling develops the bum, which is clearly the body's largest muscle group. On some people, larger than others, including me. Well, that's what I've got to do now to get a nice bum. I need to get back on my bicycle. Obviously, walking isn't doing it. Although it's raining today. I wanted to go out on my bike today. And then it goes on. He tells us that he's actually got 4 different types of bike to do different terrain, which, I mean, whatever, you know. I must say, I did have a mountain bike. I gave it away in the end. I gave it to my niece's husband because he mentioned he wanted one. And I had a normal bike, you know, not a racer, not with a drop handlebars, like a normal, I don't know what you'd call it, like a shopping bike, I suppose, you know, something like that, a normal bike. And I did have a mountain bike as well. And but I found it blooming hard work, that mountain bike. I wasn't really into it. You know, going over the forest and navigating very steep hills and things like that. That wasn't my cup of tea at all. I quite like a fairly flat level, which of course we've got out here in Lincolnshire. You know, there's not really many hills and troughs going up and down all the blooming time or anything like that. So it's actually quite a nice cycle. Quite nice to be out is cycling, you know, nice and flat. So soon I'll start biking a little bit more, perhaps I'm walking a bit less, and soon I will have the best arse in the country. I'm telling you that now. You wait and see, my loves. Morning to Jeff Burley. Good morning, Jeff. Morning to Jeff in Sheffield there. Sherry. Morning, Sherry. Filipino letters are similar to American English ones. Thank you very much, Sherry. I didn't know that. I didn't know what sort of alphabet you use there. Thank you very much. Little Paul, hello Paul, all right, darling. Where are you now then? Have you moved, dear? I think you might have told me you moved. Have you moved to London? Paul Brown is there. Morning, Paul. Paul was one of our he's a beautiful boy. He used to be one of our beautiful boy customers at the Black Cap. Certainly on a Monday night, weren't you, my love? And he's, I think, are you 40 yet? I think you're around 40 now, aren't you? He says, will you be calling yourself Goose Reardon? And that's from Little Paul. Oh, Little Paul. He's very short. Same as me, actually. I'm a short person. You know, 5'8", I think I am. Not as short as Paul. Oh, nice to hear from you, Paul. I didn't know you were in the house. So good morning to you, sir. Morning to you. 07551 259 675 is the text in number. Just a reminder, gang, I don't come into the chat box while I'm doing this show anymore, okay? But you can contact me directly by using the text number or indeed the email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. And talking about animals, there's a story here as sent in by Michael Pullman. Thank you very much, Michael. If you want to send any stories in for the next day's show, okay, feel free. Send them on that address there. And I'll have a look at them, see if we can include them if you want to, if they sort of fit in, okay? Photographs of yourself, anything like that, you want to send them in for me to show? No more than 2 at a time, please. Then send those through as well. Got a couple of pictures sent in from John Parrish coming up for you in the show today as well as, of course, our raffle for the Echo Dot. Here's another animal story as sent in by Michael Pullman. He found this one in the Daily Mail. A cat... Oh, by the way, the stories that you send in, they don't have to be about British stuff. They can be anything. Perhaps you're, I don't know, in Russia or somewhere like that, or Philippines. You've got a Filipino story that might be a bit interesting, or even more important, funny. Send it through, as long as it's in English, because I won't be able to read the foreign words otherwise. All right, my loves. A cat and a mouse in China, in the Daily Mail, appear to have struck up an unlikely friendship after the rodent was filmed cozying up to the cat after being chased around. We see this, don't we? If you get animals that are young together, they grow up together and adore each other, don't they? Cats and dogs. You can see a great big blooming Rottweiler and this tiny little cat. And when you watch them, you know the cat is in charge. The times I've seen that, all on YouTube, these videos. Tiny little... I've seen cat and crocodile. This crocodile's looking at this cat. Well, this cat just goes for it and the crocodile backs off. Scaredy cat or scaredy crocodile. In the Daily Mail it says, trending footage shows the rodent running and hiding under the feline's belly on a street, seemingly asking for cuddles, reported the Chinese media. Is that after they ate them both? Or before? They eat anything, don't they, in China? Oh. Amused web users compared the animals' relationship to the one between Tom and Jerry. Do you remember them? Oh. Da 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 da. That. Da 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 da. Oh, that's a good one for the old quiz, isn't it? Tom and Jerry theme. Da 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 da. Then it went into the cartoon. We love Tom and Jerry. Won't put it on now. Oh, it might frighten the children. Oh, Lord. Don't even go there, please. Amused web users compared the animals' relationship to the one between Tom and Jerry, the beloved cartoon characters, which cannot live without each other no matter how much they fight. It's wonderful, Tom and Jerry. The funny scene was captured by an onlooker on Sunday in central Chinese city Xi'an, according to Zhuao video, which is... What? I'm doing the best I can to pronounce these words. Which is affiliated to regional newspaper Business and published a clip 2 days ago. At the start of the footage, the black cat is seen chasing behind the mouse, which was scurrying. Now, there's a great word, isn't it? Scurrying. I like that word. Scurrying. Scurrying around the street. But the feline appeared to have no intention to harm its rodent friend as it soon stopped chasing and lay down. Oh, the mouse, which was watching in the distance, suddenly made an unusual move. It started running up to the cat and hid underneath its furry friend's belly, seemingly hoping to be cuddled after the long chase. Oh. This is a nice news story programme today. The feline appeared to have happily accepted the request while curling up its body and snuggling up to the mouse as the pair enjoyed a moment of friendship, according to state media. The animal's actions entertained hundreds of thousands of social media users who compared the pair to Tom and Jerry. I love that story. I love that story, don't you? Wonderful. With eyes fixed on the prize, the feline was caught off guard after it suddenly saw the Chinese man watching the animal's every move with amusement. Oh. Then he picked him up and cooked him. What a dreadful thing to happen, dear. Never mind, that's the way it goes, isn't it? Paul says he starts a new job next week, nights in Bupa Care Home. Oh gosh, I fully intend to make your morning show part of my wind down. Are you so are you so are you going to will you be going to sort of sleep after the show, will you? Yeah, a lot of people watch the show to help them fall asleep, Paul. It's true. You can't sleep. They try all sorts. They try alcohol. They try sleeping tablets. They try sitting in the arm, going out for long walks. Nothing works. They put one of my shows on. 10 seconds later, they're fast asleep. That's how interesting I am. But at least I'm not a trash type person. I don't like to think of myself as a trashy type person. Do you know what I mean? Not like a lot of the customers who fly Ryanair. Do you know those two? Is it one word or it's one word, isn't it? That word Ryanair fills me with horror. When you see the stories about Ryanair, how they charge for every time, the headline price is usually very low, but the moment you want to add bits to it, it skyrockets, doesn't it? Don't think you can get on a Ryanair flight and take any more than a pair of underpants in a bag. Because you can't. Don't take one of these on. You take that on a Ryanair, that's another £500. I thought I'd show you this. I got this from Audi. It is Cosmic Unicorn Limited Edition shower gel. Cosmic, made from actual crushed unicorns. Oh, look, a little bit. I squeezed it and a little bit come out. What? Oh, I've got it on my nose now. Right. I want to smell it. Do you know, out of all the dead animals I know, I've got to say, crushed up dead unicorns don't smell bad at all. They're quite nice. Where do they get the unicorns from? I've never seen a unicorn in a zoo. Strange, isn't it, really? I'm an alternative. Paul says I'm an alternative to breakfast telly. Isn't what you want after a 12-hour shift. I'll be honest, you know, sometimes I sit there and watch it, Paul, breakfast time. I quite like Naga Monchetti. But she's always on with Mr. Miserable Guts himself, Charlie. Oh, he's a miserable bastard. He is. He hardly ever smiles. He's always attacking everyone all the time. He don't smile. But sometimes I sit there and I watch it and there might be a couple of interesting bits on it. But not today. You know, and then I flicked over to ITV. Oh, then they had the other one, Ben Shepherd. Oh, he's boring and all. And some silly cow next to him is that useless. Or then Sky News. I can't remember. I put Sky News on. What was on? Adverts. Whenever I put Sky News on, it seems to be adverts on there. Every single time. Now and again you get a glimpse of Kay Burley standing there in her self-importance. So I can understand it. It's either me, Naga Manchetti, Kay Burley, or Ben Shepherd this morning. I think you made the right choice, my love. I like to think I'm not such a trashy person. But as I say, the words Ryanair fill me with dread. I will not get on a Ryanair plane. Never. And the sort of people you get on there. In the Daily Mirror this morning, punches flew. Not all of them. Some of them are decent people. But you seem to get, if the papers are anything to be believed, you seem to get a lot of trash on Ryanair airplanes. Not all of them, but there does seem to be more than its fair share. Daily Mirror this morning, and we've seen these stories so many times on these planes. Punches flew when a group of passengers got into a fiery confrontation on a Ryanair flight. The fight broke out on a flight between Malaga and Manchester on Monday evening. In a footage of the incident, two men can be seen running down the aisle towards a fight at the front of the plane between a woman and a man. On a plane, a fight 2 miles up in the sky, nothing underneath you. Do you not, for a moment, think that might be a little bit of a dangerous situation, boys? Ryanair staff can be seen desperately trying to separate the passengers who were shouting and throwing punches at each other. Dreadful people. Absolutely ghastly, dreadful people. The two men who ran forward are shown returning to their seats as a steward forces the woman to leave the front of the plane. Oh, it sounds like it was her fault. Well, there's a surprise. I bet she had them fighting over her. They love it, these girls. I've seen that before. My mate, who's a boxer, he's well into his 70s now, he said a lot of these young girls, they make the boys fight over them. They love the attention. He said very sadly, this is quite serious, very sadly, he's seen boys knife each other to get with a girl. And they just stand there and laugh. Awful people. Police then board the flight and remove a man who had been allegedly attacked by a woman as well as her two male friends. They then questioned passengers about the incident. According to witnesses, the fight started after a man allegedly threatened a female passenger. The video shows the woman shouting at a man while he sits down before she appears to throw punches at him. There you go. These are the sort of people you get on Ryanair. That's what you get when you make things so cheap that everyone can use them. You get trash in there. I'm sorry, that's how our life is. You're going to McDonald's. Ever seen a fight in McDonald's or KFC? I have. Ever seen one at Harrods? Nope. Ever seen one at Claridge's? Nope. Coworth Park in Ascot? Nope. No fights there. The Ryanair flight had taken off from Malaga and was just arriving at Manchester Airport on Monday evening when the fight kicked off. A man can be seen at the end of the video footage asking a nearby passenger, "What are you wearing, you tramp? Listen, do you want to go?" before a woman holds him back. The passenger who filmed the fight said it was disgusting, really. We were about 20 minutes from landing and I'm not sure what happened, but the woman in the black jumper started laying into this guy in a big way. It wasn't a light slap or anything. She was going to hell for leather. I've seen these people do things like this. It's awful. Suddenly, 3 or 4 people ran to the front and got involved. There were just fists flying everywhere. Some of them were really big guys, and the Ryanair staff separated them eventually. But at a point, they had completely lost control of the situation. Well, generally, they're only young people working on these planes, aren't they? You know, they are very good at the job. They don't have much life experience to deal with something like that. The staff got the woman to sit down behind us, so I asked her what happened, and she said a man had been making threats that he was going to kill her. The police came on board, and nobody could get off until they verified who was involved in the fight, so we showed an officer our video footage so that they could see who it was. Oh, it's just awful people. So it's now a matter for the police. Dreadful. Dreadful, trashy people. Christ, why would you fight on a plane? The thing might come crashing down, mightn't it, eh? It must do something to the flight when there's loads of people running around kicking the hell out of each other, wouldn't they, eh? And talking of planes, in the Sun this morning, your fares are going up. Your fares are going to go up. Flying to Europe may get much more expensive for British people as nearly 200 airports across the UK and Europe face going bust as a result of the pandemic. You may have seen the stories about Heathrow Airport. Their passenger numbers are down, I think they said 83%. There's no one there. There's no one there. The collapse in air travel has bad... I don't suppose they'll be wanting to build that third runway now, will they? Huh? The collapse in air travel has badly damaged the industry, with airports facing the brunt of it. While airports remain open, their usual capacity has plummeted following a disappointing summer season due to last-minute travel restrictions and the quarantine rules. According to the Airport Council's International Air Europe, who represents airport operators. 193 of the 740 airports in Europe are facing bankruptcy in the coming months unless passenger numbers increase again. Well, we can't see that happening anytime soon, can we? But a second wave has swept Europe, making this very unlikely. They haven't named the airports, but they implied the smaller regional airports are more at risk. So I'd assume, perhaps not the places that British Airways and Virgin and people like that, but the places that sort of Ryanair and EasyJet use. They tend to use these small airports, don't they? You know. So when you're flying to Paris, you're actually quite far away from the city centre because it's cheaper for them to land there. That's how they do it. The business model works. The Ryanair business model works. The EasyJet business, it all works, doesn't it? They use small airports that are kind of slightly out of the way, and you might have to get a bus and travel an hour or so back to where you want to be. But you know, that's what you've chosen to do. Maybe £20 on a Ryanair flight or £200 on a British Airways flight. I mean, you know, you take your choice, don't you? Fewer airports mean will be fewer options for British people to choose from when they go on holiday. With more people wanting to get on less flights, fares will go up in price. Destinations such as the Canary Islands remain cheap due to the number of airlines which fly there, whereas other destinations which are operated by one carrier, for example, EasyJet, might be the only plane going, I don't know, wherever to. That's likely to get more expensive. It says nearly 900 jobs are being axed at Manchester, London Stansted and East Midlands Airport, while London Gatwick is cutting 600 jobs, around 25% of its workforce. Heathrow is asking 2,500 workers to accept hefty pay cuts or half may lose their jobs. Terrible, isn't it? Really, really terrible at the moment. What's going on with the airline industry, and of course all the little businesses around it, the little restaurants in there, the little cafes, you know, the parking, the people that run the parking places, the people that drive the little buses from the little parking places that are outside the airport. All these are jobs, all connected. It's not just the airports, is it? Good morning to Michael Lawrence. Morning, Michael. Michael says, morning, that's why I fly British Airways. Too much trouble on cheap flights. I totally agree with you, Michael. Last time I went on a Ryanair flight, must have been 15 years ago. And she was a right miserable cow on the check-in desk. You know, I was DJing in France at the time, a place called Club Med. It was hired out by a company called Alternative Holidays, run by a bloke called Eric Crispin, who employed me to do for the week to do DJing and hosting, you know, microphone business, bringing on shows and things like that. It was a great job. It was a fantastic job. But it was Ryanair we went on, and you'd get there and you put your stuff up. Oh, I'm sorry, you're overweight. You'll have to pay for those. What are they? CDs. Well, they'll have to go in a hold. I need to keep these with me. Well, I'm sorry, they'll have to go in a hold. She was a right miserable cow. And then she could hear someone saying something about Ryanair back in... Just a moment, I'll be back. So I watched her go down the queue. She grabbed this... Excuse me! Excuse me! This bloke who was cussing Ryanair. He was standing there waiting to check in. Excuse me, has anyone dragged you, kicking and streaming, to get onto a Ryanair flight? And he's like, well, no. Well, have they? Have they? Oh, no. Well, shut up then. Stand in the queue, and you'll get to me shortly. This was a member of the check-in staff at a Ryanair desk. I did that flight, and I never flew with them again. You rude cow. Horrible. So what I did, while she was standing there moaning about my extra weight, I then opened my CD case and started putting the CDs in various pockets. Yeah, 2 big cases they were. What are you doing? I said, well, I'm putting some CDs in my pockets. Well, why are you doing that? To save on the weight. I'll wear them. Oh, just put them over there and I'll put them through. And that was her attitude. Dreadful. Dreadful. If you save up and go on the business seats, and it's a lot dearer. It's a lot dearer. You don't get any of that. I remember coming back from Australia. It was the first ever time I flew club class on British Airways. Again, as I said before, you know, you want a long journey like that, save up for a good seat on the plane, right? Because after 24 hours sitting in an economy seat, you will want to go to your coffin. It's awful. Legs up someone's arse in front of you, and then the seat comes back, doesn't it, in front of you? How much do you hate that? But you do it yourself as well, don't you? It's the only way to try and get comfortable. Put the seat back a little bit. None of that in business class. And it's the same with the check-in at the other end. Coming back from Australia, I was a bit concerned I was overweight. Now, if you're allowed, I don't know how much you're allowed on a normal flight, a normal long distance. Well, what's the word they call it? Long haul. I don't know how much they allow for a long haul flight in economy on British Airways, right? But certainly in club class, business class, not first class, business class, it's below that, okay? You're allowed something ridiculous like 74 kilos in weight. And anyway, so I've got these cases. I've been to Australia for 5 weeks. So I had to take 5 weeks of clothes out there, bring 5 weeks of clothes and stuff back, plus presents. Stuff that I'd bought for people, you know. And I'm weighing this stuff. And the old scales are going, put the next one on now, please. Put it on there, you know. You get a special queue, business class. Put it on. And I'm watching these numbers. I said, I think it might be going up a little bit over the top. Do I need to pay? Don't worry about that, sir. You paid business class. Pushes a button and off they go. Thank you very much, sir. Please make your way to the lounge. So, I mean, it really is worth saving up. And you can have a cheap hotel at the other end. 2-star hotel, that's enough, isn't it? Why do you need to stay in a 5-star hotel with a gold bath and marble all over the blooming place? Waste of money, isn't it, eh? Anyway, that's Ryanair. And we're still on the sort of holiday thing here. Dangerous sports on holiday. Now, you could argue, I just said to you, I went on a couple of foreign holidays to do some DJing. It was at skiing resorts in France and Switzerland, and I remember them so well. It was the most fantastic job, really. You know, it was a bit involved at my end. If I wanted to, I could go skiing. It was all paid for. Food, I had my own room, all paid for. And you got a small amount of money. It wasn't a massive amount of money for the week, but that was okay. It was irrelevant, really, to be honest. I think he paid us 250 quid for the week. You know, which was a far cry from what I would earn in that week. But that was pretty irrelevant. It was the fact that, you know, someone had asked me to do this job because they thought I was good enough to do it. That's really what the whole thing is to me, really, you know. And during the daytime, I did try the skiing, and I thought, what's all this about? No, I hated wearing the boots. Great big blooming heavy things they were, weren't they? Oh, I hated it. It was so uncomfortable. So I tried it once, and that was enough for me. So during the daytime, I'd get up, have my breakfast, and then just lay around, really. And the weirdest thing is, on these ski mountains, okay, so you're surrounded by snow, and the sun comes out. You can take if there's no wind, you can take your T-shirt off and just lay there in that sun and absorb the rays. It's something I'd like to do again. Perhaps not. I wouldn't be asked probably to work and do that job again because, you know, time has moved on. But to actually go to perhaps a skiing resort and have a holiday but not go skiing, I don't see why not. You know, you can hire a room or something like that, couldn't you? I suppose you could do that. And then you'd still get the atmosphere, you know, the nighttime, whatever happens at nighttime entertainment and things like that. I don't suppose it would be the same. It was a great job. Dangerous sports, skiing, snowboarding, paragliding. Or what about parasailing? Well, a couple of people have died here. In the Sun this morning, 2 people have been arrested after 2 British teenagers died, and a third was left fighting for his life following a horrific parasailing accident in Greece. Of course, old didn't Simon Cowell? Wasn't he on holiday and he bought this electric bike, didn't he? And he's broken his. He broke. Did he break his back or his neck or something? I can't remember now. And Katie Price, Jordan, Katie Price, you know, the fake one, the one who gets all the young lads, gets pregnant and then dumps them and gets another one in. I've said to you before, I've got to hand it to Katie Price. She only goes out with really drop-dead gorgeous boys, doesn't she? No mingers. No mingers at all. You've got to hand it to her. Who's the daddy this week? And she broke her feet. She was doing something, wasn't she? Some sport, I think. These two people were very young. A boy 15 and a girl 13 were killed falling from an extremely high altitude onto coastal rocks. Another boy, also only 15, was in a critical condition. Poor kids. All three, believed to be from the same family, were being towed by a speedboat off roads when the rope attached to their parachute snapped in strong winds near the resort of Lindos. Or why didn't they just fall into the water then? Is it like paragliding? Is that like I'm trying to remember what that is, paragliding. So you have a rope attached to a boat and you're on that and you I see it. So if the rope snaps, then it can fly anywhere. So that's what's happened. It's flown away from the boat and just landed on rocks. And the poor little children have died. 2 were declared dead. Oh, so young. While the second boy is said to be in a critical condition in hospital, Greek police were reported in the local media as having arrested the owner of the sea sport business and the sea sport captain. Isn't that terrible? 3 of them were all up in the sky at extremely high altitude, around 400 to 500 feet. Does that sound high? I don't know what's normal, you see. But to me, that could be... I don't know anything about paragliding, but perhaps that's the normal height in which you go to. I don't know. When the rope attached to their parachute and the speedboat snapped, it clearly wasn't strong enough to be pulling all 3 of them at the same time. Strong winds... here we are. Strong winds then carried them across the sky, because there was no rope holding them in the same place, was there, I suppose? And moments later, smashed into a cliff face on the beach. All of them were parasailing at the same time, but it's illegal for 3 to be doing it at once. Dreadful. Dangerous sports. And people do these dangerous sports, but a lot of people live by doing dangerous sports as well, don't they? You know, they love doing it. I mean, to me, a dangerous sport is even getting on like one of the what do you call them? One of the roller coasters. You wouldn't get me on that one at Blackpool. Having a laugh, ain't you? Why would you want to go up to great heights and then suddenly be dropped down? It's frightening. No, thank you. No, thank you. Peter Wright just tells us Bobby Ball has just died. 76 due to coronavirus. Bobby Ball. All those people saying it doesn't exist. Thank you, Peter, for that sudden news flash there. Let's have a look. Oh, it's just come out, this story on the BBC News 7 minutes ago. Oh, so he's the one with the moustache, quite big in the 1970s. They had a sort of fair old run on the BBC, you know, doing their own show. That's Bobby Ball. Wasn't he on Celebrity Jungle thing a while ago? Was it him? I think he might have been. On the BBC website, Bobby Ball, one half of the comedy double act Cannon and Ballers, died at the age of 76. His death comes after the actor and comedian tested positive for COVID-19. Oh, gosh. He was one half of the comedy duo alongside his long-term friend and colleague Tommy Cannon, and also starred in several sitcoms, including Not Going Out, don't know that one, Last of the Summer Wine, we know that one, and Heartbeat, we know that one. The comic was famous for twanging his phrases on stage while saying, "Rock on, Tommy." Oh, may you rest in peace. Oh, another one gone. Oh, well. 07551 259 675 if you want to send a text in this morning, or of course you can do it by email. We're going to do the raffle in a moment, boys and girls, for the Echo Dots gadgets. We're giving away for the Super Chatters raffle this week. So that's coming up after this next story. So if you want to rush to the toilet and have a little wee, as I do at the moment, but I'll hold as long as I can after this. If you want to go to Mars, I can get you I can get you there less than half the time it would normally take, possibly. In the Sun this morning, a nuclear engine. Oh, I don't like the idea of a nuclear engine. Mind you, some of the people in this chat box need to have one of those up their bums. Get moving first thing in the morning. Still raining outside. A nuclear engine that could rocket humans to Mars in less than half the current journey time is now being designed for NASA. I really don't think I'd like to be propelled along by a nuclear engine. The US Space Agency is aiming to put people on the Red Planet in the 2030s, and the Seattle-based technical company thinks it can make just the right equipment for the 40-million-mile journey. Now, I know I've been walking a lot recently, but I don't know if I'll ever get to 40 million miles. The journey to Mars should take around 7 months. That's normally. I thought it would take longer than that. Like years. But no, in a normal rocket, like what we've got at the moment, 7 months. But ultra-safe nuclear technologies thinks the nuclear engine is working on could cut that travel time to just 3 months. So you could leave in January, you'd be there in March. Or imagine sitting in there. Look, how are people going to do that? Sit on the spaceship for 3 months. They can't even stay in their rooms for a week during the lockdown. The company claims the engine will be safer, more efficient, and more reliable than previous nuclear models. It will use a special uranium fuel that can function at really high temperatures. The firm is creating its engine concept with NASA in mind, but have noted that it could be used by other agencies or for commercial flights to other planets. I really hope I'm here to see not just flights to Mars, but to other planets. Sometimes something comes along and things happen very quickly. Something, I don't know, or the next thing is like 10 years away, and then suddenly someone realises, oh, actually, we can do that now. Usually young people, because they're not restricted in their heads by, well, hang on a minute, we won't be able to do it that way because he said that will stop that. No, young people would be able to think better, I think. They come up with some fantastic ideas, young people, don't you think? Some really stupid ones as well, like let's smoke marijuana. That's not a good idea, really. That's great, isn't it? Our engine maximises the use of proven technology, eliminates failure modes of previous concepts, and have a specific impulse more than twice that of chemical systems. Nuclear rockets. They're a bit scary, though. I'd be worried something like that might suddenly explode, Wouldn't you? Bit worried it would explode. Oh, it looks like Gary Ross is going for a tea break this morning. There you go, Gary. Enjoy your cup of tea, darling. Time for Gary Ross's tea break. There you go, Gary. See you in 5 minutes, darling. Oh, dear, Gary. You've upset Peter, so he's sent you for a tea break. You can send anyone for a tea break, boys and girls. 5 minutes. You time them out and they can't send messages for 5 minutes, okay? Going to cost you £2 super chat for something like that. Gary Ross, there we are. We had a lovely show last night, incidentally, gang. We did a impromptu little chat show last night, about 2.5 hours in the end, I think we were chatting for. Okay. I do take off one of my filters, some of my filters while I'm doing a nighttime show. So if you don't want to eat a little bit raw, don't watch. Don't sit there and moan. We don't usually talk like that. We are a combination of many things, aren't we, really? And so all these people with sort of one-track minds can't understand that perhaps, and you would have your own sort of thing on this, but for me, I am a gay Catholic who votes Conservative. And someone sort of on the far left side would find that unable to comprehend that. But that's what I am. I don't think there's anyone who's like many people who are like one type of thing. Most of us are a combination of many types of different thoughts and processes, aren't we, really? When I often talk about the left, I don't mean people that vote Labour. That's not what I mean at all. There's a big difference there. There's a huge difference. Huge difference there. All right. 543 and 544 for you, Gary Ross there. A little tea break for you. 5 minutes out of the room. Bye-bye, dear. Bye-bye. There we are. Let's put that in there. And we're going to do that in a moment or so. I was just about to do something. Oh, let me just show you these pictures from John Parrish that he sent in. There we go. Couple more beautiful pictures from Mr. John Parrish. That picture there is... Oh, no. We'll go down to the other one. These are both from Bordeaux. Or France. There's John. We can barely see you there, John. I hope they're not flares. Has he got flares on? Have you got flares on there, John? I'm not keen on the flares. Isn't that lovely, that fountain? Good morning to Maureen joining us. Morning, Maureen. Hello, Maureen. All right, love. I like a fountain, don't you? I like the sound. My neighbour down at the house, he's got like a little mini sort of fountain in his garden. It's a lovely sound, really lovely sound. Okay. Everyone should be who they want to be, shouldn't they, really? And we don't care. It's when one side doesn't accept the other side. I think that's all very sad. You don't agree with me on my thoughts, therefore you are horrible and I don't want to ever talk to you again. What's the point of that? No point in that, is it? You know, for example, I'm very happy to see I've got a couple of very good friends, young people, and they go on all these marches, little banners up in the air, sticking themselves on lampposts, and if you believe in that, that's great. But accept the fact that I don't want to do that. I accept the fact that you want to do that. Accept the fact that I don't want to go and stick myself up a lamppost, mainly because I can't hold my wee for too long. Aren't they beautiful, those fountains? They really are. Okie doke. Shall we do our super chatter raffle, boys and girls? Okay. Lines are now closed for those particular raffle tickets. So let's get the ticket jar here. Here they all are. Let's remove the cover. And there they all. There's quite a few this week, as you can see. Right. There's quite a few this week, as you can see. Right. Oh, Glenda. $5 from Glenda. Glenda, I'm going to give you some raffle tickets there, my love. Oh, yes. No, actually, I'll put yours in for the circle light, because I've said that now, haven't I? So I've said that's the last of the tickets. I'll put yours in for the circle light. Thank you very much, Glenda. Glenda sent us a $5 super chat. You made my day, Glenda. I can go home happy now. Oh, I'm here already. All right. Okay, Glenda. Glenda's up nice and early, so it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Just coming up to 5 in the morning where you are. I think it's a lovely time to be up that early in the morning. I'd quite like to do a really early morning show sometime, I know, because I sometimes wake up at night and I have trouble getting back together again. Perhaps I should... perhaps I should get up one morning and when I wake up and just come and do a show at 4 a.m. I mean, you wouldn't get another one at 8:45 though. Unless I was still here chatting to myself, which is quite possibly. Okay. Right, I'm looking at the chat box now. Ready for you. What's that mean? I can't remember my ticks as my phone deleted my numbers. What ticks are they? Oh, your tickets. No, that's okay. That's okay. With the super chat, you don't need to know your ticket number. It's only the Monday chat. The Monday raffle is the one where you need to know your numbers. And if you've lost them, the only way to do that is to go back on the old show and find out your numbers that way and listen again. All right? Let's give these a good mix up here. Let's choose someone. Rachel. Okay, Rachel, I'm mixing up these tickets at the moment, darling. I want you to tell me when to stop. Okay, I'm trying to hold them up so you can see them all here because this is a really good prize. Best prize I've ever given away, other than a picture of myself, of course, which is completely understandable. All right. Tell me when to stop, Rachel, you lovely girl. And then we'll have a drum roll. And we'll pull the ticket. Who's going to win the Echo Dot today? How exciting. Are you ready? We're waiting for Rachel's instructions. Rachel, Queen of TikTok and Ghosts on this channel. And spirits. Spirit of God in a clear running water, glorying to greatness. Ah, she says stop. I got a bit of dirt in my ear either. That was an earwig has just crawled into my ear. Okie doke, gang. Let's play the drum roll. I have a ticket in my hand here. Let's have a look. Ticket number 504. Ticket number 504. Let's see if they know who it is. I will tell you the name, okay? Ticket number 504. That's who's won the Echo Dot today. All these other tickets are not wasted. They go in here, which is all the tickets from the last month. That's everything. The normal raffle and the super draw raffle. They all go in there. So you get the chance to win something else, okay? I think it's a water bottle we're doing this week. You get the chance to win a water bottle for our Super Chatter Super Draw raffle, which is on 29/30, which is on Saturday, actually. Saturday. On Halloween. Halloween. I'm going to get... Sorry, I'm getting quite excited there. Okay. There we go. So we'll put that there. That is now empty. Il n'est pas la ticket, le billet, sur le jar n'est pas. See, I do all the languages. All the languages, dear. Very intelligent person I am. Right, so we've got a couple of tickets to put in there. $5 super chat, which is about £3. So let me give you 3 tickets there, Glenda. 545, 546 and 547. Do you know, monthly rollover? Do you know what? I might change Super Draw to monthly rollover. Same thing, different title. Because Super Draw and Super Chat are very close to each other. And I find that confusing. And I'm the one doing it. So God knows what it must be like for you lot. With your very complex minds. Anyway, Glenda, I'm going to give you 3 raffle tickets here, darling. Glenda, what was the second part of your name? Glenda S, that's it. Glenda S. Glenda S. Glenda S. And you start off the super chat for next week. The next draw will be next Thursday. And I think if you were here last night, you will know the prize. 1, 2, 3. The prize for next week's Super Chatter raffle is a ring light. Oh, yes. I sort of said, I could be honest with you, I sort of said, well, we'll give this away this week. And I set it up, and it plugs in either to your computer or to one of those, you know, adapter things, the USB things, like what you charge up your phone with, okay? That's what it plugs in. You plug it in. And a little button lights up, and you turn it on. Is that fabulous? And you can change the intensity of the light. Is that off now? Okay. What's this button here for? Wait a minute. Oh, it's got a red button. What's this red button do? Oh, it turns it off. There's another button here. I don't know what this does. Oh! Different colour, look. It's got 3 colours. So there's white, sort of a yellowy orangey colour, and then a mixture of both. Oh, isn't it good? I don't know if I want to give this away now. I don't know if I want to give this away now. Oh. Oh, well. Well, no, I said I'm going to give it away. So that is the prize next week, okay? And if you do videos on that, depends what camera you use, and it's a little bit too. I found it a little bit too powerful, to be honest. But then again, it's very close to me, right? So where the camera is, the light would have to be as well, and it was about here. And to be honest, it was a little bit too bright for me. But if you do perhaps videos or something like that, someone like Sherry perhaps, and you can put it like this. Do you know, it don't look too bad now, actually, now that I've done it. But here we are. I said I'd give it a no. So just a little bit too powerful for me. But I think this is excellent. I think that's a lovely little thing. And that's the prize for the next Super Chatter raffle, which will be next Thursday. All right, my loves? So from this moment on, every time you send me a Super Chat, I'll give you a free raffle kit for the chance to win that on Thursday next. Let's just, what shall I do? Okay, let's put that there, the prize there. And we'll see if anyone's claimed that yet. It's a shame, really, I can't have this on in the background, but I haven't got a plug here. And perhaps we can put that up there somehow. Does that work? This is actually quite robust as well, I have to say. I think you'd have a job breaking something like this, but here we are. Does that look all right for you? There we are. I should have a little label there that says Super Chat Prize, really, shouldn't I? Okay. And that's it. So we'll put that over there because that's done now. You can't see that, can you? Now, did anyone claim that? Let's have a little look there. Have you got one of those lights? Have you, John? They're great, aren't they? I think they're absolutely great, those lights. Let's have a look. No claiming. Morning to Mark Burrows. Morning. I didn't think anyone's claimed that yet. No. Okay. So I'll tell you who won the raffle this week. And that was ticket number 504 is Colin K. Colin K has won the Echo Dot. Echo Dot. So congratulations to Colin K. And many thanks for all your super chats in the last week. It helps to keep the lights on, darling, in these troubled times. I haven't worked since March. You know, I feel bad about that. You know, knowing that my father worked until he was 65 years old. Do you know what I mean? I haven't had a call at all from the estate agent. There was a message on my phone when I woke up last night about 6 o'clock asking me to ring them. So as soon as I've finished the show today, I will... oh, by the way, Colin, yes, email the show, your full postal address, and that'll be in the post for you, Colin. All right, Mr. Colin K. Yes, I've got to ring up the estate agent. There was a message for me, but I'm not expecting them to say, yes, you've got it. I'm expecting them to say, we still haven't been able to get hold of the vendor yet. Almost ready to give up on that one, to be honest, which is a shame. What else have we got here? Let's have a look there. Some more stories for you. Oh, by the way, Maureen, I'm now on to episode 4. Series 3 of Indian Doctor on the BBC iPlayer, which we love very much. I know you're keeping tabs on what we're doing there. Thanks to Paul O'Mara. Morning, Paul. And Paul Copeland as well, who have mentioned the sad death of Bobby Ball. Died from coronavirus, for those of you that don't believe it exists, but it does. There you go. All right. And Paul O'Mara also says, it's John Aitken, isn't it? John says, morning, have you been watching The Sister on ITV? Very dark. Russell Tovey is very cute. No, I haven't been watching that. Haven't been watching that. What it is, basically, I've been trying to get through the Indian Doctor because lovely Maureen sent me a couple of suggestions of stuff to watch on the BBC iPlayer. And the reason she sent them is because they are about to run out. These programmes they put on the iPlayer, they seem to pick old programmes, but they're about to run out. So you only have a short period of time to watch them. The Indian Doctor runs out sometime in November. Well, I mean, that's on Sunday, November. That starts on Sunday. So I'm trying to watch as many of this stuff as possible that what she's sending in before they run out. And so, therefore, I'm not really watching much else, which is one of those things. I watched 2 yesterday, episodes 3 and 4. I do love it. The Indian Doctor. We got Holby City news as well. Just a moment. I meant to include that in today's programme. November the 10th. Holby City will return, and that'll please Mandy Davenport. She loves that, don't you, Mandy? Holby City will return next month. The BBC have confirmed the medical drama will be back on Tuesday, November the 10th. Excellent news. Excellent news. That is one programme. I think I miss Holby City probably more than I miss Casualty. Funny that, isn't it? Don't know why that is. It's just how it is. Anyway, that's coming back. All right, so we're very, very much looking forward to that. All righty. Poor Grandma has been mortified. The story in the Daily Mirror today. And I think, what would my nan would have been horrified at this. Shopping when you've got a specific item in mind is always tricky, it says here. Nothing ever seems to live up to your expectations. But one woman who was after a new bag recently thought she'd found just the thing after doing a spot of online shopping. The unnamed grandmother, who lives in Sydney, Australia, was pursuing the website of a department store named Maya when she came across a bag that initially appeared to tick all her boxes. It was a tote bag, just £10.84, with an animal print on it, 1995 Australian, which she loved. However, on closer inspection, she soon realised the print was much more raunchier than she thought. The Wild Fur You Australian Tote Bag by La La Land, which a lot of you are in, aren't you? Be honest, there's a lot of you on this channel in La La Land. Didn't just feature pictures of cute animals such as kangaroos and koala bears, but it featured images of these animals and more in rather intimate positions. They were doing it. What a thing to carry around. Pictures of animals doing it. Over your arm. I think that's awful. In one crude scene, a Tasmanian devil can be seen biting its partner's shoulder. The cheeky bag left the grandmother feeling mortified. Speaking on 7news.com.au, she said, "I'm all for a cheeky joke, but I draw the line at this. Shocking." Do you want to see it? Do you? Well, I don't know if we can show this sort of thing in the morning, especially with Shania. Shania, don't look at the screen at the moment, darling. All right, my love. Look. It's awful. Why would anyone want to carry that around? All these animals doing it, dear. Not my sort of bag. The company also sells a clutch bag and a purse featuring the same print. A number of reviews have been left online for the risque bags, with one person writing, "The print is certainly hilarious and went famously well when given to a friend who likes telling green jokes." Just imagine turning up in church with that bag, Shania. Turning up with your hymn books and a bag like that. Funny that, when I haven't done that for months either. When I play the organ at church, I used to turn up, and you get these other people like office people, and it's like DJs. They have these like really expensive record boxes. I used to turn up with a suitcase full of them. I didn't need an expensive box for my records or carrier bags. I used to carry. Sometimes I used to carry records in carrier bags. It's the same with my music. Well, I don't play music, but I have a hymn book and I have it open in front of me. I'm looking at the words, not the music, really. And I'd turn up at church with a carrier bag. Other organists, they have these posh briefcases and all this. Chris Reardon turns up with a carrier bag. A Waitrose one, mind. All right. I just saw a flash over here. In text, if you want, 07551 259 675. A few more stories. We're all right on time, aren't we? I like this story in the Metro today. Very kind elderly lady, 89 years old. Right. In the Metro, that's a kind of a London paper. She might be 89, but that hasn't stopped this pensioner from making hundreds of pies in lockdown. Pies. We like pies. I had a nice pie the other day around my sister's house. It was what's she call it again? Quito? I can't remember what she calls it now. It's a special... the pastry is made out of not flour. Oh, what did she say it was now? She don't use normal flour because she says it's full of carbohydrates. So she uses some other type of flour and she makes I think it's Quito stuff, which is the pastry. And then she puts vegetarians. It was delicious. The pastry was very different. Doesn't mean it was horrible, because it wasn't horrible. It was nice. It was just different. It took me a little while to get used to it, but it was lovely. Really nice. Quito, I think it's... Oh, keto. Keto? Oh, hang on, let me have a look. Keto... How will you spell it? Keto, pastry, fingers crossed. Ah, keto. Keto. That's keto, and that's not keto, is it? A keto. Keto pastry. Oh, hang on. Keto. Oh, I don't know. Hang on a minute. Do you mean... Now it says keto cake. They're low-carb things. Ah, keto. Keto. I'm sorry, I'm very confused here. Keto flour crust. Here we are. So there's a recipe here. Let's see what's in it. So this is a keto pie crust recipe. It's keto. Keto. That's keto, and it's not keto, is it? And in keto pastry is... Let me see if I can find the recipe. Oh, I don't say. Oh, here we are. Here we are. 1.5... Oh, no, it can't be right. 1.5 cups of almond flour. That's not normal flour, is it? Almond flour. I suppose it's made out of nuts, is it? 1.5 cups of almond flour, 1/4 cup of swerve sweetener. So I suppose that's instead of the sugar. 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 cup of melted butter. Well, butter's bad, isn't it? You know, one of the worst things you can have. But I do like a bit of butter, don't you? Oh, you want to see how much I put on a piece of bread? Oh, frightening. And that's what it is, almond flour instead of normal flour there. It was lovely, this vegetarian pie, I have to say. As I say, not nasty, different, big difference. It's quite nice. I'd happily have another one. This lady, 89, Flo, her name is. Flo, can you hear that rain? Flo Osborne sparked into action after the pandemic meant she was forced to stay inside. Rather than mope about, the great-great-grandmother fired up the oven in her sheltered accommodation and began helping those in need. The pensioner has now answered Marcus Rashford. Gorgeous he is, isn't he? Gorgeous. What a gift for a pair of his shorts, honestly. The pensioner has now... what? Is this a natural thing, fancying someone else? The pensioner has now answered Marcus Rashford's call to feed hungry children over half-term, calling the footballer's campaign a lovely idea. She says, I've been baking pies throughout lockdown to help vulnerable people in the community, and I love doing it. But I thought I would like to help the little ones too. I've been thinking about baking miniature pies for the children. Some people say I'm mad. Oh, why would some people say you are mad? What, just because you want to help other people? No. Some people say I'm mad, but I just tell them I love to help other people. If I can help them, I will. And her sweet and savoury treats are being enjoyed by the vulnerable in and around Harwich in Essex, who have also been forced to isolate. Isn't that lovely? Oh, I'm looking at her pies. We like pies, don't we? Do you like pies? I like pies. Now, be careful what you do with toothbrushes. It's another story in the Metro this morning, boys and girls. A bloodied, as in, covered in blood, toothbrush had to be... Now, how you do this, I do not know. A bloodied toothbrush had to be removed from a man's stomach after he swallowed it while cleaning the back of his throat. I'm not being funny. Why would you try and clean the back of your throat with a toothbrush? Don't you think that's a little bit dangerous? Should you be even scratching the back of your throat with such a thing? Surely you're going to do that damage, aren't you? Doctors removed the 19-centimetre long toothbrush within 24 hours, fearing that leaving it any longer could have been fatal. The patient, who's only 39, was brushing his teeth when it slipped on September the 15th. How does a toothbrush slip? Someone tell me that now. He rushed to a nearby health clinic, which quickly referred him to a hospital more than 100 kilometres away. An X-ray and further tests, got itchy back, couldn't locate the brush in the man's throat, leading doctors to conclude it was in his stomach. A minor operation was performed a short time later and the brush was removed. God. This was in India. He was taken to a private hospital there. I mean, how do you swallow? That's just madness. How can you possibly swallow a toothbrush? Well, that's beyond me, that is. That really is beyond me how they've managed to do that. I've just had an idea for that light over there. Now, I've got... Oh, there it is. I knew it would come in handy. I've got an extension USB thing here, look. I might be able to have that little light on in the background. Would that be a nice feature, do you think? It could be a feature. Or it might be too bright. It might upset the camera if there's a brighter light behind than there is in front. But we'll try it, shall we? I quite like the idea of that. If I run that round the back of me. Oof, oof. Don't overstretch. Never overstretch. You can pull muscles. Very painful, dear. Right, 1 minute. See if that works. I could turn it down a bit. Hang on. Does that work? That's quite good, isn't it? I quite like that. Put it in front of it. Does that work? No? Do you like that? We'll have that on this week until someone wins it. It's quite good, though, isn't it? That hasn't upset the light at all, has it really? Have I gone a bit darker? If I have it too bright, it will darken the camera, you see, so I have to be careful how far it goes up. There you go. Little light on there as well. Again, another story here coming from our lovely Michael Pullman, who's with us all the time. Good morning, Mark. This is from ABC News. A gobsmacked outback worker. Now, the outback in Australia is like a very, it's a wild area. You know, that's where all the creatures are. Spiders. Crocodiles. Snakes. A gobsmacked outback worker has captured photos of a cow apparently tried to swallow a snake in a bizarre roadside scene in remote northern Australia. Now, cows don't eat animals, do they? They just eat grass, don't they, cows? Moo! There's a few on this channel. Refrigeration mechanic Andrew Gertz came across the bovine snake catcher as he drove on the deserted Sandover Highway about 300 kilometres from Lake Nash Station in the Northern Territory. He says, when I got closer, I could see it was a sand python hanging out of its mouth, said Mr. Gertz from Camowheel, Northern Queensland. Gets very hot there. And very steamy in Queensland. I've seen cows with bones and hides. I thought it might have been a bone. He stopped to snap these photos, and there's this cow. Mr. Gertz said he couldn't figure out how the non-venomous snake's head came to be in a cow's mouth, speculating the cow might have stepped on or disturbed the snake that then latched onto its tongue. Ooh. Look, this cow's got a snake in its mouth, look. How funny is that? Poor cow. Isn't it big? Aren't they lovely, cows? They frighten me a bit. That mooing doesn't sound friendly to me. Moo! It sounds like, stay away, we don't like you. Apparently, Western Queensland cattle grazier and natural historian Angus Emmett said cattle were known to scavenge on dead kangaroos. Well, I didn't know that. And cattle to supplement their diets, especially in the red dust of outback Queensland. But he had no doubt python suckling was unusual. I've never seen one chew on a snake. You don't want to chew on a snake. Not really, boys and girls. Not even you. Forget the cows. Not even you. No chewing on snakes. It's pouring down with rain out there. How am I ever going to go and do my swimming later today? My walking. Well, I'm not. If it's really pouring down, I'll have to find something else to do today. And one more story. And then we'll do today's raffle tickets, boys and girls, okay, for our fridge magnets. John Parrish has just sent a £2 super chat. Thank you, John. That's for the light that's behind us there. I do like that. You could put something in there, couldn't you? Like a mirror. You could put a mirror. You could put that in front of a mirror. That would be good, wouldn't it? Put it in front of a mirror. Okay. Let's give you a couple of raffle tickets there, John. Cool, dear. You've pushed the boat out today. £2? You feeling all right, John? Blimey. 548 and 549 for you, John Parrish. I think they're probably for Sherry, aren't they? John Parrish. By the way, you may, just in case you didn't know, you can actually attach a message to a super chat. Just in case you didn't know that. Okay? So when you send a super chat, one of those sticker things, you can attach a message there as well, and that comes on there. Okay. And I'll read those out. 548 and 549. You don't need to know the numbers though, John. Okay. All right. Okay, so get ready for those raffle tickets, darlings. Cliff Richard, I'm sorry to tell. Who loves Cliff Richards? Me too. Me too. My favourite song, I think, was. It Just Don't Break My Heart. Oh, how's that go? It was the disco number, 1980s. Oh, God. Da, 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 da. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. Da, da, da. That one. Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. It was more of the one, I say recent ones. And his Mistletoe and Wine. That's supposed to be the most unliked Christmas song, isn't it, that one? But I love it. Mistletoe and Wine. It's just so nice. But I've got some devastating news for the Cliff Richard fans watching this programme today. Devastating news. You're not going to like this, ladies. It's in the Daily Mirror this morning. Are you ready for me to break this news to you? Cliff Richard, in the Daily Mirror, will no longer be posing topless in his annual calendar. How disappointing is that, ladies? He's now 80 years old. He is about to release his 42nd official calendar, which have in total sold more than 1.5 million copies over the years. But he has delivered the shock news that his pecs will no longer be getting an airing. How disappointing. I may have to bring out one myself. A topless calendar. I suspect I have done my final topless photo, he said. He revealed the news in his new book, The Dreamer, and added, I suspect it's time to gracefully exit the Chippendales market. The past few years have also been abs light in Cliff's annual organiser, though he'd been showing off well into his 70s and was even challenged to prove that the photos were really of him. Well, he plays tennis, don't he? I mean, that's a highly exertive sport, isn't it? Banging those little balls all over the place. He said, when I did my last one, he said, Chris Evans said on the radio that it couldn't be my body. They must have superimposed my head onto someone else's body. That made me laugh. There he is. Little Cliff baby. No more toplet pictures. I can't believe it. That's the end of the story. There's no more to that. Oh, Cliff, what are we going to do? There's one of the 2013 calendar here. Where's my text phone gone? There it is. There it is. Oh, John Parrish, I've been offered to take over from Cliff Richard. What do you think? No, dear. No, John. No, dear. Cliff, baby. No more topless pictures of Cliff. Oh, there he is. 2013. That was 7 years ago. So what's he then? 73? Well, I hope I look like that at 73. I really do. Morning, Fran. Lovely Fran's just texting in there. Morning, Fran. What we're going to do, girls? No more topless Cliff Richard pictures. Very, very disappointing. I loved that as well, Rachel. Summer holiday. That was great, that was, wasn't it? We're all going on a summer holiday. No more working for a week or two. All right, gang, we're going to do our raffle tickets now. This is for the next fridge magnet. Not many of those left, okay? So if you'd like a raffle ticket for the fridge magnet, please say ticket, please, now. And I will do that for you. Here we go. Ticket number 16 goes to our Jeff Burley. Fran Green, ticket number 17. Maureen, ticket number 18. John Parrish has just texted in again, and he says, I'm a lot younger than Cliff Richard. Well, yes, you are. You just don't look it. Do you? Be honest. Look at yourself in the mirror. You don't look younger than Cliff. And yet you're so much younger in numbers. The numbers are irrelevant, you see. It's how you look. And I think, you know, your time for making a calendar, John, ran out 40 years ago. Minimum. It's just how it is. Some of us have it. Others don't. Oh, look, there we are. It's a little birthday girl there. Michael Pullman, ticket number 19. Jason Hughes, ticket number 20. Shania. Little birthday girl. Happy birthday, Shania. Ticket number 21 from lovely Shania. Paul and Lou, ticket 22. Ticket 23, Diane Jebb. Peter Wright, ticket 24. Denise, head of quacks on this channel. Denise, ticket number 25. Let me get some more tickets out. It hasn't stopped raining yet. I like to go out and have a bit of a walk. Jason Hughes. Did we get to Shania? There's our birth. Oh, I thought I'd done Shania. Oh, there she is. Hang on. Denise Andrews. Mick Davenport, ticket number 26. Daniel Holmes, ticket number 27. Tony King, ticket number 28. Andy V, ticket number 29. Dave Holland, ticket number 30. Gary Ross, ticket number 31. Rachel, ticket number 32. Is that everyone, my darlings? Hang on a minute. Let me just give a second. Done Rachel. Is it going to rain all day? Oh, it could well be. John Parrish, ticket number 33. Anyone else not had their raffle tickets? Please speak now, my darlings. I'll just do today's birthdays while you're sorting that out there. Happy birthday on this Thursday, the 29th of October, 2020. Benjamin Brown. He's a singer, Benjamin. Lovely boy. 33 years old today. The perfect age for me, Benjamin. Why haven't you asked me out yet, love? I don't understand it. What have I not got that you need, dear? What is it? Tell me, Benjamin. I'll go out and buy it. Is it my moobs? I can have that fat sucked out for you. Just one little date. Happy birthday, Benjamin Brown, 33 years old today. Gorgeous. Shady Daddy is 32 years old. Well, that's what it says, Shady. Shady is a drag queen, also known as Jamie. Or Seamus. He's got so many different names. Probably for tax purposes, I would imagine. You know what some of these people are like. But your only name that's come up is Shady JD. So I don't know. Is that your drag age? Is that different from a normal age? But it says you're 32. So happy birthday, Shady. Syed Yimin. Morning, Syed. I like your zip up top there. Happy birthday to you there. Kate Doody today is 46 years old. Stephen Harris is 36 years old. Morning, Stephen. Curly Sultan, good morning to you. Happy birthday to you. George Knight. Haven't seen you for a while. Morning, George. 27 years old today. Are you 27? I might have to check your photo in a moment. I'm not sure you're 27. Christopher Allen Sheriff. Morning, Christopher. Happy birthday to you. And there she is. Little Shania. The gorgeous head of the cavalry. She's a busy girl, Shania. She's always doing something with her life, which is important. Happy birthday, Shania. George Knight. Okay, I've checked your photo. I'm confusing you with another George. Yes, indeed. You do look the age that you say you are. So to each and every one of you, on this Thursday, the 29th of October, 2020, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I hope you all sing along when it's people's birthdays. You know, don't leave me singing there on my own, my loves. Okay. Oh, dear. The naughty lady of Shady Lane, says Daniel Woodhouse. We've done all our little news stories now, I think. Let's have a look here. I really should ring that estate agent and see what they wanted. What's that? We've done nappies. We've done everything, haven't we? Oh, I had a dream last night. I was going to tell you. I had this dream last night. And some of you wouldn't. I know John Aitken knows him. It's Steve Allen. I was in a radio studio with Steve Allen. Okay? And he's about to have a conversation with me. I can't remember about what, but he was sitting one side of the desk and I was on the other side. We both had these microphones. And I was really nervous because I was in the presence of Steve Allen. He's a fantastic talk show host. And all I remember with him, he had his glasses on. I've met him once. I only met him once in a garden centre. Lovely man. He had his glasses on and he's doing his show. And he had his glasses down the end of the show. And he looked over at me and he said, look, he said, I'm going to tell you now, I've watched your stuff. You're really good. You're not quite there yet, but you're really good. And that's all I remember about this dream. Coming from Steve Allen. He said I was good. Not quite there yet, but I was good. That's what he said. What a nice dream, isn't it, eh? Hopefully later on I'll be dreaming about Benjamin Brown, whose birthday it is today. Morning, Benjamin. Happy birthday, darling. If you watch this far. Sometimes I think to myself, Shania, you know, apart from you, of course, as you know, I do all these birthdays. Been doing them for a few years now. And I think to myself, well, I'll paste that onto someone's wall. And then you paste it on the wall, and within 2 seconds, they've thanked you. I thought, well, you can't possibly have watched the whole show in 2 seconds. You know, you can't possibly have done that, could you? Oh, we haven't got many likes today. Thank you, Fran. Fran's in charge of likes on this channel. Pay full attention to her. Her and Mandy Davenport work in collusion with each other. Fran asks for the likes, and if you don't do them, Mandy comes round. Oh, dear. Well, I really want to go. Can I just have a little look out the door? Can you give me a moment? It's just dreadful. pouring down there. Oh my lord. I can't go out like that. That is absolutely chucking it down, and it's windy and it's cold. I might just go back to bed. Thanks. I got another couple of likes there. That's nice of you, isn't it? There's no more text to do, is it? All right. Let's move on to our daily game of bingo. I know some of you leave us at this point, so thanks very much for watching the show today. We'll be back again tomorrow morning. It's Friday tomorrow. Friday morning, 8:45. There'll be more news on the telly later, wouldn't they, about this virus thing. I'm sure they're going to have to do another complete lockdown at some point. Isn't it crap? Whoever thought we'd be sitting here, you know, with all this virus thing going on around us? It frightens. Partners, good morning, partners. He says it's always also raining here in Yorkshire. I'm sure it's raining. It looks like it's raining everywhere, according to the news this morning. I don't think it was Carol Kirkwood. I think it was someone else. I can't remember who was doing the weather this morning. All right. Okay, let's play our daily game of bingo then, gang. Those of you that are signed up to that will have had a bingo ticket through the email system. I'll just check the emails to see no one sent anything else today. I'll try and include everything that's sent. Here we are. Look, Paul has just sent this in. Oh my God, blimey. He sent a radar picture in, Paul Adamson. Thank you, Paul. About a radar. It's like the radar and shows you where the rain is. It's across the whole country. So how long we got that for today? What am I going to do? It's very unusual for me to not go out and do some sort of exercise. Is it the whole day? Let me see if it's going to stop at all, because I could go out for a walk later. BBC with the Dog Dyke. Dog Dyke BBC weather. Let's have a look. Oh my God. Rain, right until 5 o'clock this afternoon. And then tonight it stops. Oh, well, that's crap, isn't it, eh? I suppose I could clean the van out a bit instead of having to do it all on one day. Thank you, Paul, for the excellent update there from the BBC weather site, and of course your little your satellite picture is sent to me here. Thank you very much. There's Paul and Lou. Hello, Paul and Lou. All right. Are you ready then? Ready for bingo? Who's going to win today? I do not know. Let's bring up the bingo board. There you go. We only play for a full house. As soon as I've seen someone's won, I will stop the game. You will then have 1.5 minutes to claim your prize. If you don't claim within 1.5 minutes, once we've moved on to the next number, you've missed it. Doesn't matter what the reason is. If for whatever reason your bingo thing doesn't get to me and we've moved on, you've missed it. All right? Eyes down. Here comes your first delightful little number. 4 and 5, 45. 5 and 9, the Brighton line. Woo, woo. 3 and 5, 35. 7 and 6, 76. 4 and 2, 42. 1 and 7, 17. All the 4s, 44. 8 and 5, 85. 8 and 1, 81. 6 and 5, 65. 2 and 7, 27. Maureen, did I give you a ticket? Yes, I did. All the ones, legs 11. Three and 8, 38. 2 and 3, 23. 2 and 1, 21. 6 and 2, 62. 2 morbidly obese, untalented Gemma Collinses, 88. All the threes, dirty knees, it's 33. 7-0, blind 70. 3 and 1, 31. All the fives, 55. 1 and 4, 14. 7 and 4, 74. All on its own. 1 click, number 6. 3 and 9, 39. 6 and 7, 67. 8-0, blind 80. 4 and 3, 43. Actually, I think, does great nephew Harry play football tonight? I think he might play football tonight. Don't know what time that is. I could go, if it's not raining, then I could go. I could have a little sleep early and then go. I'll ring my nephew up later. I must turn my phone on now. 1 and 6, sweet 16. 1 minute. Sit. Sweet 16. All on its own. Little number 1. 6 and 1, 61. Oh, Rachel sent me a £2 super chat. I'll do that after the bingo if it's all right with you, Rachel. All right, my love. Otherwise, I start getting confused. You know what they're like, dear, if I start reading out other numbers, dear. 3 and 7, 37. 8 and 7, 87. All on its own, number 4. 3 and 6, 36. 1 morbidly obese, completely untalented, Gemma Collins, number 8. So all the 7s, 77. 8 and 9, 89. 3 and 2, 32. 5-0, blind 50. 6-0, blind 60. 2 and 6, 26. 3 and 4, 34. All on its own, number 7. 8 and 4, 84. 2 and 8, 28. 6 and 4, 64. 6 and 3, 63. 1 little duck, number 2. Quack. All right, Denise. Quack away, my love. All on its own, number 5. 5 and 6, 56. 2 little ducks, quack, quack, 22. 7 and 9, 79. 2-0, blind 20. 7 and 8, 78. 3-0, blind 30. 7 and 2, 72. 2 and 9, 29. 4 and 7, 47. 6 and 8, 68. What's gone wrong there? Oh, there it is. 2 and 5, 25. All on its own, number 3. Ah, that might be one of the moderators doing what I was just about to do then. Thanks very much for that. Yes. Sometimes moderators, you'll see like a sentence, a message that someone sent in. And for whatever reason, it got blocked at the YouTube end. And you look at it and thinking, well, that's not offensive at all. So just let it go, you know, click the accept, whatever that button is. I think someone must have done that while I was doing the show. So thank you very much for that. They're on the ball, those. We haven't got many moderators on there, but they know what they're doing and they never get personal. They're very, very good. I chose well. I think I chose well with the moderators. All on its own, number 3. 6 and 9, 69. He's about to sneeze. Will I get another number first? Hey! 8 and 3, 83. Hey! Bet you can't sneeze like that, can ya? Boris's den, number 10. 8 and 2, 82. 1 and 8, 18. 4 and 6, 46. 7 and 5, 75. 1 and 5, 15. Awful, isn't it? 7 and 1, 71. Top of the shop, blind 90. 8 and 6, 86. 2 and 4, 24. 5 and 4, 54. 4-0 blind 40. 5 and 7, 57. And 5 and 3, 53. We have 2 winners on 53. We have 2 winners on 53. Let's bring up the bingo clock. You've got 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim your prize, which is another raffle ticket. 1 moment. Let me get number 34. I might have another cup of tea now, actually. I think I just watched some telly today. Hey, it's Gary. Bingo for Gary. And the other one, please. I'll carry on with the clock, wait for the other one. And Paul Adamson. 2 wins today. There you go. 2 wins today. There's the clock one, that's it. Well done. Gary Butler, 34. You keep winning, didn't you, Gary? I noticed that. Oh, well. Here's the winning numbers. 5, 8, 11, 21, 28, 35, 36, 46, 47, 53 last number, 59, 61, 77, 79 and 89. Thank you, Gary Butler. Ticket number 34. Yeah, it's your turn now to have a winning streak, isn't it? It was Daniel Holmes for a long time. He kept winning everything, didn't he, Daniel Holmes? Now it seems to be you. And Paul Adamson's winning numbers, 1, 15, 17, 25, 26, 30, 33, 42, 45, last number 53, 62, 63, 75, 84, and 88 for Mr. Paul Adamson. So a couple of tickets for you as well, Paul. All right. Okay. So 34 for you, Gary, and 35 for Mr. Paul Adamson. There you go. Okay. We've also got a super chat to do from Rachel. Here we are, Rachel. Let me give you a couple of free raffle tickets for your tip. Thank you very much, darling. You get 550 and 551. And that is for our prize next Thursday, which is that absolutely beautiful circular light there. I think that's a lovely prize to give. Rachel. Christ, listen to that rain coming down. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clean the caravan. I haven't done that for ages. Got loads of dust. I don't really do dusting until I see it. Do you know what I mean? There you go. 550 and 551 for you there, Rachel. All right, my love. Put that in there. Chance to win the circular light there. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Anyone else want to say anything? I'll just pop into the chat box before I go. If anyone wants to say anything, I'll just check my messages. So we've read everything out there. Who's this here? Oh, morning to Rachel Wheatland, sending something there. Morning, Rachel. I was a bit late coming back to that. Oh, someone wants to be my friend. Norman Jones. Let's see what he does. What's he do? Oh, a radio. ReclaimedRadio.com. Oh, I wonder what that is. A radio... I just heard a car outside. Who could it be? I better leave the camera running. I heard a car door go bang. I'm going to leave this running. Please continue to watch. Someone could be coming up the stairs now to murder me. I'm going to have a look out my window. Nobody there. Nobody there, Mummy. There's nobody at the door. There's nobody at the door. Oh, how thick is Jason Hughes? Up the stairs, you're in a caravan. I mean, how thick are you, Jason? How'd you get in a caravan? You go up the stairs. You've clearly got some sort of not going to Greg's problem this morning because you haven't had your sausage roll. Rush out now, darling, before you get even more stupid. Oh, sorry, this is turning into a nighttime show. I can't have any of that. Aliens. Grow up, Gary. Which Gary are you talking to there, Peter, right? Oh, Gary Ross. Don't be saying anything to my nephew like that, my darling. That's an instant block. Right, I think we'll disappear here, boys and girls. Let's play our outro music. Are you ready for the outro? Look at Andy. There's steps, not stairs. Another thicko. Steps, stairs, all the same thing. They're steps, not stairs. Steps, not stairs. They're stairs. Steps, all the same thing. Going now, fed up with you. What I want for this music, perhaps you can help me here, is a group of lads who can do dancing. No mingers, gorgeous lads, about 25, 30, doing dancing to this tune. That's what we need in an outro video. Yes. I shall get in touch immediately with my nephew Jimmy Butler's friends. He must know people that can dance. I like the sound of that. The same sort of people as I want carrying my coffin into a church. Thank you very much, gang. It's been a pleasure to do a little show for you this morning. Back again tomorrow morning at 8:45 a.m. I'm going to go and watch some telly now with my heating on. It's blooming cold and it's really raining a lot and windy. What if the river overflows and I'll be going away? Down by the riverside, I'll have to row, row, row my boat gently down the sea. Merrily, 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 life becomes a dream.